Hello, good morning, future teachers, especially the BSE1C, BPE1A, and BSIE1. I would like to first welcome you to the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology San Isidro campus, and congratulations for making it into our prestigious university. This morning, please allow me to orient you into our subject, Gen Ed 4, or the mathematics in the modern world. By the way, I am your math instructor, Sir Martin Vigliator, and we'll be together for the whole semester. The NUSD mission, vision, core values, and tagline. NUSD is a locally responsive and internationally relevant and recognized University of Science and Technology. Our mission: to develop new knowledge and technologies and transform human resources into productive citizenry to bring about development impact to local and international communities. Our core values: nationalism, excellence, unity, spirituality, transparency. And our tagline: transforming communities through science and technology. I also would like to introduce to you our NSD March. Let us all listen and be familiarized with our theme. Alright, so there you go, our NUSD March. This time, let's talk about the course requirements for the mathematics in the modern world. Number one, your active participation in each lesson. That's very important. From time to time, we'll be having some activities, some set words, and you are required to participate in that. Number two, group sharing, discussions, and presentations. I will be giving you some tasks where you will be grouped and you are required to share your thoughts and ideas with your group mates. Quizzes. Every after our discussion per unit, we'll be having quizzes. Assignments, the midterm and final examinations, and the student's portfolio. Your student's portfolio is composed of all the activities, all the requirements that we'll have in the duration of the course. At the end, you are required to, I will be requiring you to submit your student's portfolio for me to determine whether you progress upon taking the course. And I also would like to give emphasis on the last one, that no student shall be given special examination quiz except for a valid reason. And I know that you already know what are the reasons, what are the valid reasons for you to have an excuse not taking the quiz on time, the quiz or test on time. Our grading system would be your final grade is equal to the quantity midterm grade plus twice the final grade divided by 3, meaning our midterm is just 1/3 of your final grade and our final term is 2/3 of your final grade. The criteria for grading for the midterm grade and final grade: term exam is 20%, quizzes 20%, outputs and performance tasks 60%, a total of 100%. So this is based on the guidelines made by the College of Education for Flexible Learning 2020. Our classes schedule for BSE1C, Monday and Wednesday, 1 to 2:30. For the BPE1A, Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 10:30 in the morning. And for BSIE1A, Monday and Wednesday, 10:30 to 12 noon. Our weekly schedule: for week 1, we'll have the course orientation and distribution of syllabus. That is what I am doing right now. For week 2, we'll be having a discussion on Unit 1 for the day 1. And for the day 2, we'll be having your output making. Day 1 meaning Monday, day 2 is Wednesday. Then for week 3, the discussion of Unit 2 on Monday and submission of requirements on Wednesday. And then for week 4, we'll be having a long quiz for Unit 1 and 2. So this time, for those who can have their quiz online, we'll be having a Zoom meeting while you are taking your quiz. But for those who cannot avail or who do not have the ability to take the quiz, the long quiz online, I'll be sending a Google form with time limit where you are going to answer the long quiz. For week number 5, the discussion of Unit 3 for day 1 and submission requirements and output making for the day 2. Week 5 or week 6 is the long quiz for Unit 3. And then week 7, the discussion of Unit 4 Part 1, because Unit 4 is divided into 2 parts. Day 1, discussion, and day 2 is the submission of requirements and output making. For week 8, we'll be having the long quiz for Unit 4, or the first part of Unit 4, and for week 9, that's the midterm examination, and that's the end of the midterm. After the midterm, for week 10, we'll be having the distribution of test results, some clarifications on the previous topics that we have, and maybe completion of the requirements for the midterm grade. And maybe I could give you already your midterm grade during that time for you to evaluate yourself whether on what to do to improve your performance in our subject. And then we'll proceed eventually to week 11 for the second part of our Unit 4. Day 1 is the discussion, Day 2 is the output making. And then for week 12, we'll be having a long quiz for the unit 4 or the second part of the unit 4. Week 13 is the discussion of unit 5 for the day 1 and the submission of requirements and output making for the day 2. Week 14 is the long quiz for unit 5. And then week 15 will have the discussion of the unit 6 for day 1. And on Wednesday or day 2 is the submission of requirements and output making. By the way, before I forgot, from time to time that we are having a discussion, I'll be asking you to answer some set words. Some of them are graded, but some of them are just reported, okay, but not graded. Don't you worry because our discussion will be synchronous and asynchronous. It depends upon the availability of our internet connection. But I will update you on what to do in our group chat. And then for the week 16, we'll be having the long quiz for unit 6. Then for week number 17, we'll be having the submission of all the requirements. And finally, week 18 is the final examination, and that is the end of our term. If you have any questions with regards to our subject, Mathematics in the Modern World or Gen Ed 4, please do not hesitate to message me in our group chat with the name Gen Ed 4, Bsie1C, BPE1A, and Bsie1. So that will be all for this session. Thank you very much and happy learning, everyone.